Accessing peace. Existing without violence, with the ability to calmly resolve conflict. Downloading love. An overwhelming, deep, positive affection towards others. Activating liberty. Living your life as you see fit without infringing on the lives of others.
Welcome to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com. This is part 2. Hopefully, of only 2 parts. Hell, might be part 2 of 3, might be part 2 of 4. Not really sure. We'll figure it out when we get there. Talking about New Year's goal setting. Yeah, I actually said it right this time. I know part 1 that came out on Friday, I kept saying New Year's resolutions because, again, that's in the title of the article that I'm reading from. But again, I definitely prefer goal setting instead of resolutions because goals tend to have more specific destinations, more specific outcomes that you're looking for, whereas resolutions can be things as broad as be more active, earn more money, eat healthier, get in shape. Well, how do you know when you necessarily achieve any of those things? But if your goal is, instead of just earn more money, is I want to earn X number of dollars more next year, or I want to have an income of X, or I want to have X in my bank account. And then there is a clear goal of if you achieved it or not. Again, list here of 50 New Year's resolutions that I'm trying to help you turn into goals. And of course, I'm not saying that you have to have all 50 of these. I'm not even saying you have to have one of these. If you don't want to have any goals for next year, that's fine. But I think it's very important to have goals. And again, I talked on Friday briefly about some of the goals that I have. One of them is to run a half marathon on September 30th, 2018, in under 1 hour and 40 minutes. That's shaving about 17 minutes off of my current personal record for a half marathon. I will figure it out, and I will do it. Another goal that I have is to run the New York City Marathon. Now, that one is largely out of my hands because I need either a lottery pick or to wind up being chosen for a charity and then to raise money. I know if I'm on a charity team, I will be able to raise the money. But again, that's not completely in my control, but it's on my goal list. I already have it on my Google Calendar. November 4th, 2018, I am running the New York City Marathon. I will make it happen. So, again, those are just 2 of my goals for next year. Let's get back into the list. And if you want to hear the first 9 items from the Life Hack article, go listen to episode 505. And again, hopefully I'll be able to get the rest of the way through this. If not, there will be a part 3 on Friday. Number 10, reduce stress. They say that stress is one of the biggest killers out there, and it can have a very destructive effect on your relationships as well as your health. It may be unavoidable, or rather it may be an unavoidable side effect of your hectic modern lifestyle, but it can be effectively managed with the help of useful, unconventional, and easy-to-practice tricks for stress management. And again, there are a ton of links in this article to other articles. So what I am going to do is put the link for the main article in the show notes. If you want to follow to additional links, you will need to go there. Number 11, learn to be happier with life. And again, there are some things to where it's hard to quantify. So exactly what does this mean? You'll have to figure it out for yourself. But let's see what they have to say here. They say even those that are in decent shape, making a good living and have their stress under control can still be unhappy. It takes time and patience to learn how to find joy in the little things and not let the problems bring you down. Number 12, get more quality sleep. Not just get more sleep, but get more quality sleep. With big TVs, computers, smartphones, tablets, and all sorts of other gadgets with glowing lights and beeping alerts, it can be hard to get enough sleep at night. You should be gunning for at least 8 hours of sleep per night, and there are some fairly simple ways to achieve this number if you make use of science and every day. And I hate when people do this, misuse the word hack. It's not a hack to say don't stare at your phone 30 minutes before you go to bed. It's not a hack to say, don't watch a lot of TV just before you go to bed. It's not a hack to say don't drink a cup of coffee just before you go to bed. But there are some, simple choices that you can make that will help your sleep. Now, I understand that some people have actual sleep disorders that, not staring at a phone won't necessarily fix. There are some people that actually have insomnia. There are people that have, problems with recurring nightmares and just, oh yeah, I didn't look at my phone and then I slept like a baby. So again, these are just general statements for the, quote unquote mythical average person. Number 13, give up cigarettes. A bit of a bad habit that a lot of people don't know how to kick. Smoking will not only endanger your health, but can burn a hole in your wallet as well. Just be prepared to dedicate a lot of willpower to giving up cigarettes once and for all. And this could go not just for cigarettes, but for any bad habit. You want to cut out soda. You want to cut out sugary foods. You want to cut out dessert. You want to cut back on dessert. You want to cut out bread. You want to cut out pasta. You want to cut certain things out of your diet. Just like with cigarettes, it's going to take willpower. And this is where having goals and an accountability partner come in very, very handy. Number 14, watch less television. The average person wastes a lot of time in front of a TV. Time that could be spent developing skills, learning, or keeping your body active. Once you manage to cut down on TV time, you'll realize just how long and productive a day can really be. Stay tuned. There's more here on Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, talking about New Year's goal setting.
In 1999, Darryl W. Perry began a search for traditional values, which led him down a path to the ideas of liberty. He tells the story in A Rebel's Journey, My Path to Liberty. Of the book, Dr. Brian Sovereign says, sometimes it's funny, and sometimes I think it's crazy, but it's always authentic. Ask for A Rebel's Journey wherever books are sold, or visit arebelsjourney.com. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs offers premium publicity campaigns designed to facilitate an organization's adoption of Bitcoin as a payment system and to fully capitalize on that decision in their fundraising efforts. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com.
Hey, this is Adam from the ANCAP Barbershop. You're listening to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio with Darryl W. Perry.
Welcome back to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. Online at fppradio.com, talking about New Year's goal setting. This is part 2. Part 1 was Friday, so if you missed it, you might want to go back and listen. It was episode 505. I'll put the link for that in the show notes, as well as the link to the article from Lifehack that I am reading. Again, because it's such a long list, I'm not going to go back and recap everything up until where I am right now. But again, Lifehack has a list of 50 New Year's resolutions. I'm trying to help you turn these into goals. And again, I'm not saying that you need to have all 50 of these as a goal. I'm not saying you even need to have one of these as a goal. But if you're going to set a New Year's resolution, if you're going to set some goals for next year, here's some that you might want to pick from. Number 15, read more. Again, you might want to be a lot more specific because otherwise, how do you know if you've met your goal? Books, they say, are an excellent way to gain a lot of knowledge on a huge variety of topics and are also a great exercise for your brain. It's not that difficult to go through 20 or more books in a year. You only need to make it a habit, discover the type of books that you enjoy, and find a bit more time for reading here and there. And again, if you're watching some television that is wasting your time, and that's not to say that all television wastes your time or that you shouldn't have time where you are just sort of, relaxing and wasting some time. Because if you're just work all the time, remember that movie, The Shining? It's been out long enough. I don't need to say spoiler warning. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, and then he loses his flippin' mind. Yeah, that's what happens if you work all the time. You're going to go crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Yeah. If you've never heard that joke, then look it up, I guess. But I digress and continue. So if you want to read more, the point here is maybe instead of watching some television that you're not really that interested in, find a book that you might be interested in. And, of course, you're not necessarily going to know if you're interested in it until you start reading it. Number 16, find a significant other. We all need someone to hold at night, talk to, share our deepest secrets with, but finding the right person is a matter of trial and error. We need to go out, get to know a bunch of potential partners before we can find the one that we get along with really well. Get inspired on your way towards love by these tips on the best places to meet people. Ask someone out and have an amazing original first date. And again, several links there. Number 17 ties maybe directly in with number 16, maybe not, depending on your choices. They say have better sex. Any healthy relationship requires a good deal of intimacy, and sex can actually help keep you mentally and physically healthy. The idea is to make it a fun and rewarding experience, and this is something that comes with practice and exercise. And again, a lot of links here, so be sure to head to this main article and then find the various links. Number 18, become tidier. There are a lot of slobs out there who can't really get their stuff organized, and a cluttered desk or chaotic home can negatively affect your productivity or even your mood. Article here says will, and there are some people that thrive on what looks to some as chaos, but to others it's not chaos. I reminded here of the picture of like the pine, not the pine tree, but like a branch from a pine tree, to where it shows the branch and then all the little pine needles, and it says chaos. And then the other, it's taken apart and then ordered tallest to shortest, and it says order. Well, yeah, just because the one is laid out in some kind of neat little fashion doesn't mean that that's how it is supposed to be. And I'm reminded, and this is not an appeal to authority of, well, Einstein said it, so therefore true. But there was some kind of statement by Einstein about a cluttered desk, something. I don't remember exactly what it is, but again, just because something doesn't look organized to one person doesn't mean that it's not organized for the other. But that's not to say that, just have, like all of your clothes laying on the floor all the time because, well, I know which pile is clean and which one's dirty. So there are reasons to, definitely be clean, but that doesn't necessarily mean, oh, yes, I have to have my shirts in alphabetical order not by what it says on the front of the shirt, but by the country of origin and the brand name. So all of my Russell Athletic clothes go in one pile, and all of my clothes from Champion Athletics go in another pile, and then all of my shorts go here, and they have to be organized in a fashion to where it looks like a rainbow when you look at the side. So there's a fine line between being organized and just going absolutely crazy with it. Number 19 of 50 New Year's resolutions, possibly goals. They say learn how to dress with style. Now, the very easy libertarian answer here is to just call Jeffrey Tucker and ask his opinion. But Lifehack says the way you dress can say a lot about you. And wearing the right clothes can make you seem powerful and confident, which in turn can help you land a job, get promoted, catch the eye of a lovely guy or gal. No matter if you're a male or a female, know the dress code and live with style. And this is something that is important that they just sort of like gloss over. Know the dress code. So if you're going to the gym, you don't wear a three-piece suit. If you're going to a half marathon, you're not going to be wearing your Sunday best, generally. Now, I realize that, for some races, people do like to dress up in, certain costumes, and maybe you're going for the world record or a fastest marathon wearing a three-piece suit, because that's actually a thing. But learn how to dress for the occasion. Stay tuned. There's more here on Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. Coinbase also allows you to buy and sell Bitcoin using a bank account or use their tools to accept Bitcoin as a merchant. Coinbase has more than 1 million consumer wallets and is trusted by over 25,000 merchants, including Overstock.com, Khan Academy, Reddit, and of course, FPP. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com.
You're listening to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio with Darryl W. Perry, online at fppradio.com.
Hey, welcome back to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com. Going through a list of 50 New Year's resolutions, nay, goals for 2018. I'll jump back into the list here in just a second, but maybe one of your goals is to use more cryptocurrencies and buy more things with cryptocurrencies. And wouldn't it be great if there was a search engine that can help you do that? Luckily for you, there is. It's Spend a Bit. Spend a Bit is the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Spend a Bit has aggregated millions of products from thousands of crypto-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Spend a Bit. Use my affiliate link, spendabit.fppradio.com. And if you're a crypto-accepting merchant like I am, ask about their merchant suite to reach even more customers. That's spendabit.fppradio.com. Again, going through a list of 50 New Year's goals, possibly, maybe resolutions if you're the resolution type person and not one to actually set goals. And yes, there is a difference between the two. Number 20, spend more time with the people that matter. There's just too little time in this life for us to waste on insincere, duplicitous, toxic people. We should focus on the people we really care about deeply, those who care about us, and this is the best way to stay happy, that being spending more time with the people that matter. Number 21, start drinking in moderation or quit altogether. And again, this ties in to number 13 of give up cigarettes. Because again, when you're giving up something or trying to cut back on something, it does take a lot of willpower and determination, and there are health choices behind doing so. Skipping the paragraph that they have written here, but again, they do have some links to various things. Number 22, get out of debt. You can't really move forward in life if you're weighed down by debt. The road to financial freedom is a rocky one, but it's definitely manageable with a bit of planning and self-restraint. Take a look at some of these strategies, and again, they have links here and methods for paying off your debt. You won't believe how good it will feel. And I've not followed the links that they have here, but one thing that I've heard various people mention, and Dave Ramsey talks about this, sort of the envelope method of budgeting, and one thing that you definitely need to do is budget for not just the minimal monthly payments, but try to calculate of how soon can I pay this off, and then make that part of your budget. And again, this ties in with number 23, which is save money. Once you have your debt under control, it's time to start putting some money aside. A rainy day fund and some extra money that can go towards traveling abroad, fixing up the house, buying a new car, etc. are welcome changes of pace. Make use of some of these tips and apps to save money efficiently. And I forget who I was listening to talk about something a few days ago, and they said they don't like having a rainy day fund because that means that there has to be a rainy day. And I think the point that they were trying to make is, like, don't focus on negative sorts of things, but at the same time, it just seems kind of not prudent. There was a specific word I was looking for that just sort of like floated away from my brain. But, it's not prudent to not have some spare cash. And there have been studies that show that the average American does not have $400 that they could get if they needed some emergency cash. So, yeah, having a rainy day fund is definitely something that you should have. And if you don't have one, make it part of your New Year's goal setting. Number 24, maybe you want to learn a new language. Not only will learning a new language help improve your communication skills, it will also look great on your resume and possibly open up some doors for you. These days, there are plenty of resources that allow you to learn a language for free in your spare time. One of those that I'm aware of is called Duolingo. It's spelled how it sounds like it's spelled, and there's different little things, and it's a free app for your phone, and it helps you learn a new language if you stick to the lessons and the plans. Number 25, volunteer more, donate more to charity. To devote your time and energy to helping those in need is a noble gesture and a reward in itself, but it's also an opportunity to meet new people, learn new skills. They say boost your resume, but if you're only doing it to boost your resume, you're donating and volunteering for the absolute wrong reasons. And yes, I am judging people that volunteer only because, well, it looks good on my resume that I volunteered here. Yeah, you're helping people, but you're doing it for the complete wrong reason. You should help people because you want to help people. And again, they have a link to how you can find places to volunteer. Number 26, they say pick up a useful skill or learn a new hobby. Just sitting around all day doesn't get you anywhere. It's much better to use your free time in a constructive manner. Pick up some new skills while having fun at the same time. The future you will be glad that you did, no matter if you're interested in communication skills or sports. Find out how to learn new skills and hobbies in a short time. Learn to let go of grudges and avoid moping. I'll dig into that one here in just a moment here on Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at weusecoins.com. That's weusecoins.com.
Why do they hate us? Is libertarianism compatible with Islam? Davi Barker answers these questions and more in Voluntary Islam and Other Essays. He advances the voluntarist cause with analysis of the confluence of values between Islam and libertarianism, as well as contemporary movements from the Tea Party to the Arab Spring. Voluntary Islam by Davi Barker is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores.
You're listening to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio with Darryl W. Perry, online at fppradio.com.
Welcome back to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com. I am your host, Darryl W. Perry, the Liberty Penguin, the Wombat, the uncut cocaine of libertarianism. And this is part 2 of what's probably going to be a 3-parter. First one ever. Well, it was the first 2-part episode. And now it's going to be the first 3-part episode. Lots of first here because there's absolutely no way I can get through 24 more items on this list in the amount of time that we have left in this episode. So let's look at number 27 on this list of 50 New Year's resolutions, possibly New Year's goals to consider thinking about. And, again, I'm not saying that you have to pick any of these. I'm not saying that you even have to have a New Year's resolution. But if you're having some, consider some of these. Number 27, learn to let go of grudges and avoid moping. Times can be hard, and it may take a lot to overcome adversity, but sitting around moping about it is counterproductive. If you have a big fight with someone and fall out or get hurt over a small issue, you will only lose a friend or life partner and remain sad and bitter. Forgiveness is a much healthier way to deal with issues that should be left in the past. Number 28. And before I continue, that's not to say that just because you forgive somebody, you don't learn a lesson. Number 28, adopt a cute pet. There are tons of animal lovers out there that would be great at caring for a pet, but they often overthink things. Well, some people just rush out and get a pet without understanding the responsibilities involved. Be sure you know what you're in for and find a pet that fits your living conditions and your lifestyle. Number 29, and this actually ties in with one of the previous ones, number 18. Number 18 was become tidier. Number 29 here is be more organized. Yeah, they definitely fit in together, so I will skip the paragraph here for number 29 and skip to number 30. Travel more and see the world. You'll need to have your finances in order, get the right equipment, and invest some time and effort before you consider traveling across the globe. And yes, it is a globe. It's not flat. But there are ways of experiencing different cultures and visiting faraway places, even on a tight budget. And again, they have links here for different aspects. There are 20 more New Year's resolutions, nay, New Year's goals, that we will go over on Friday. Be sure you tune back in to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, episode 507. Again, that's coming out Friday. This has been Peace, Love, Liberty Radio.
The podcasts of FPP Radio are licensed under Copy Heart. We believe that copying is a form of flattery and do not abide by the copyright laws. Those laws serve to restrict the flow of ideas which no one can really own. Copying is an act of love. Love is not subject to law. If you enjoy the show, consider joining the Fans program and get perks like ad-free versions of Peace, Love, Liberty Radio and FPP Radio News, and also get a copy of the monthly newspaper FPP News. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com.